then you'll be dead. But Erica, do what you have to and get out of there.
Calm down, yourself now. You too dey fear.
Just be fast, okay? Leave quickly.
Fine, Madam Fairfair. From the look of things, this people get expensive things. Just calm down, make her ransack everywhere. You know now, as they be. Can find better thing carry bring home. Eh? Just calm down. Stay fear. Oh.
Babe, how are you?
Daily. I want to say they never kill me for my mama. I still dey thank the man with the upstairs. I want to say I still dey breathe. Who you carry come?
A friend. His name is Dotun. He wants to help.
Help? Why?
Hi, Erica. I understand the situation you're in. I know it seems like all is lost, but I'm here to tell you it's not.
How you taking them?
Because I've been in a bad place before.
Bad as in?
Well, it's been a long time ago. You know, I had a plan for my life, but family, nobody really supported my dreams, so I left home.
But you never told me this.
But it never came up.
So what thing will happen now?
Well, I got up to all sorts. Think of all the bad things in the world, except killing someone, though.
So how did you get out?
Yes. Me self wonder why you take command.
Well, I happened to meet somebody who cared, somebody who gave me my first shot ever. And since then, things started clicking up for me.
And your family?
They're there. You know, we're trying to rebuild the relationship. So I said to myself I was going to pay it forward whenever I had a chance to.
How?
Okay. Let me just start by getting you a better lawyer. You serve the term, but hopefully a shorter one.
Babe, who you see this kind man, eh?
Thank you.
Yeah. And as for you, I would make sure I get you a job, you know, to enable you to stand on your 2 feet.
Are you for real?
Yeah, as long as the two of you agree to stay straight and focused.
Yes, we will.
Right? Okay, so how far were you able to finish your secondary school studies?
It's just WAEC. That's where I stopped. Erica too.
Okay, so how about going back to school?
Thank you. Thank you.
Does that man have a camera watching you? Huh? Knowing when you're actually resting?
I won't let it past him. Let me even see what he has to say.
Don't.
Why?
What do you mean, why? It's a weekend. If your boss does not have a family to spend time with, too bad, but you do.
But he will ask me why I didn't answer while he was calling.
Tell him you are unavailable. A family emergency or something. You don't have to be specific.
Babe, I see insults flying left, right, and center in that conversation. That man has a way of using every opportunity he has to just be horrid.
We don't have to worry about that. It's family time.
You know something? I've been thinking, man. I think Mr. Uka sabotages all my interviews. Vibes I get tells me that he is against my progress. Yes.
You know what, babe? I think so too. It crosses my mind from time to time.
Really?
Really?
One day go better. Hey, what's up? Did something happen here and I missed it?
Didn't no one call you yesterday to tell you?
Yesterday? What are you guys talking about? You kids, you're getting me scared. What's going on?
Mr. Oka is dead.
Oka, dead? What happened?
Do you know he had a heart disease?
How would I have known? The man barely talked to me about work, talk less of his personal life.
He didn't leave it at all. It's just unfortunate that he's dead. But the way he ate and drank, man, no. He should have taken proper and better care of his health.
It's okay, Bako. Don't speak ill of the dead.
No, I'm just stating the fact. See, I'm sick and tired of lying all the time. People wouldn't understand. Now he's gone and we're the ones feeling the pain.
Exactly.
This is so sad. So what now? What's management saying?
There's no work today in honor of rain, but tomorrow there will be work as usual.
Well, since I'm here already, I guess I'll just do a little bit of work. And sorry about that. Stalker. Babe.
Have you gone to see the dreadful Mr. Oka? Tell him to take it easy on you.
He has gone to the great beyond.
What? No.
I guess that's why they were calling me yesterday to inform me.
Was it an accident or what?
Something about the heart or something.
So, he was even on his way out, and he was still a bad person.
In your la.
Am I lying? Think about it.
This is Super Story.
Ike, you are jogging? Since when? New Freshio, a good source of vitamins A, B6, B12, D, and zinc that keeps you active and refreshed on the go. Ike is so lively these days.
Since when?
Ike, your presentation is in 30 minutes. This is Ike's third meeting. He has been giving presentations non-stop.
You're so full of life these days, Ike. Since when?
Hey, it's Friday!
Party tonight?
After this long day of work, and you too, since when? The new Freshio. Nutritious goodness every day. Grab your bottle now.
Ovaltine, 3 in 1. It has great taste.
Big day ahead.
Yummy, yummy, full of nourishment and vitality. Bodies and shop, so yeah. Ovaltine.
Team 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
Great news! The world-renowned PEFTI Film Institute has commenced lectures at its Ibadan campus. PEFTI is accredited by the Federal Ministry of Education. PEFTI offers 3 months and 6 months professional practical training in script writing, acting and presentation, costume and makeup, digital photography, cinematography, film editing, music, choreography, producing and production management, and directing. PEFTI offers both classroom and practical field training to enable you get high-paying jobs or become your own boss. PEFTI Ibadan, ultra-modern campus, complete with comfortable hostel facilities, is located at 32 Oyo Road, Coca-Cola area Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. Hurry now and enjoy our bonanza fees as online registration is on www.pefti.tv. For details, PEFTI Film Institute. Become the star you truly are.
A life of strife and sorrow.
You don't have to come around to take me out. I can cook.
I don't mind.
Have you eaten here before?
Yeah, their jollof rice and goat meat is fantastic.
Your price is okay. I'll have it.
No. You can have anything you want. I mean, just say it as if we're having a celebration.
But we're not celebrating anything.
Says who?
Did you get the lawyer for Erica?
Yeah, I'm actually working on that. But, however, this surprise is for you.
Please don't tell me to guess, because I'm horrible at that.
I got you a job. Yeah, it's not anything big, just a place you can grow. Hello? Did she hear what I just said?
Do you know how hard it has been for me to get a job? Any job, and you got it for me just like that.
Well, I had to make a few calls.
Thank you so much, Dotun. You never lack.
What are you doing? Please.
You have no idea what you've done for me.
Come on, look, no matter what it is, a simple thank you is sufficient.
Thank you. I promise you I will never fail you. No matter what it takes, I will do my job very well.
And I am counting on you.
I promise you I will be dedicated. You'll see. You've done something no one has ever done for me.
It doesn't matter. Come on. Can we place our orders now?
Yeah, sure.
Hello?
It's nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Sad that it's in such circumstances.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a pity.
How long do we have to be here?
I don't think it should be more than an hour. Why?
Because I don't want my mom to call me about the children.
Did you sign the registering forms?
No. I'm not yet. I'm not.
Let's go do it.
I'll go and do it. And call me.
Okay.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Talking about my brother, he worked so hard. He even spent most of his time at his office. As a matter of fact, he had an enviable career and put so much to it.
But now, this is what we have. Well, may I call on Joseph Edachi to come and speak on behalf of the company?
I want Joe to speak about this.
Does anyone know where Joe is?
He's on his way.
Yes.
Where is he coming?
Okay.
I want you to speak about it.
Yeah.
A very good evening, everybody. And though it's not a good evening, for obvious reasons,
You got this.
Mr. Oka, what meanest, worst boss on the surface of the whole earth? I wonder why you people are keeping a sad countenance. Why you should be celebrating the passing on, the death of a monster of a boss.
Joe.
This is super story, a life of strife and sorrows.
Next time on your award-winning Super Story.
Do you have plans for someone?
Yeah, actually, I'm going for my evening classes and I cannot afford to be late.
Evening class. That sounds fun. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow then.
All right, see
Check
you
on you
tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, evening class.
My husband is greeting some family members.
I don't like this thing you are doing. I am giving you 10 minutes, Bere, or I will bring the children to meet you wherever you are.
Mommy, but why are you acting like this?
What am I not doing right?
Thank you, viewers, for making us your #1 family drama.
You can't afford to miss fresh episodes of Papa Ajasco and Company Reloaded, The Babington Family, Akpan and Oduma, also on WAP TV.
Wale Ademuga Productions. We are nothing but pencils in the hand of the creator.
Africa and have been fighting hard to make the final cut. And here they are. The coming days are sure to be a tough challenge for some of these young men, but this opportunity can be life-changing.
So every day is a chance for you to prove if you are or not worth it of the opportunity.
Welcome to Abuja, the place that unites Nigeria.
issues in the sports sector remain one of the most debated among Nigerians due to the passion, followership, government involvement, impact on Nigeria's external image and our national life in the sports parliament. The NTA offers Nigerians deep views on issues with experts in the sports sector, offering in-depth analysis, hindsight, insight and foresight towards elevating Nigerian sports to the zenith on the floor of the sports parliament. Sports Parliament, a unique platform for sports discussions, showing live on the NTA. Keep a date with the parliamentarians.
Your eyes have it.
This vaccine is safe and it has been certified safe and usable by NAFTA.
We want to talk about rights, there are obligations. I'm not saying that this government is a saint, it's very far from it. But there are things that we can do to make it better, and that's the challenge I'm throwing to you. You don't want to build this nation? I don't know where else you want to go. If I had a choice, I'll come back. When I stand outside and I hear what you have to say about this country that I know that I can die for as one, then I'm really sad because you're young. You have education. You have tools. You have a huge future ahead of you. And you're condemning yourself before you started on that journey. So please don't do that. Please don't.
Hello and welcome. It's time for another interesting package of
Everything Music.
Angelina, you dey cool in my temperature. If you call, I go come deliver.
This is Talking Movies.
In times of old, the world was full of wonder.
Welcoming you to your weekend for today.
Beyond 6 packs.
Bills. Welcome to Gallery.
Me and my parties.
London for what?
London for medicine.
Medicine for what?
Medicine for coffee.
Are you sickness?
To our illness. Welcome to Gist Zone.
All right, my name is the Eselucien Wego One. Ona nyokoko nyonyo.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ẹ sì káàbọ̀ sí yàrá ìròyìn Fọlákẹ́mi Adésọ̀nà Abina ní orúkọ tèmi ń jẹ́.
Onye na-eweta akụkọ ụwa nke taa bụ Omenka Amarachukwu na nke taa.
Masu kallo assalamu alaikum barkamu da zagayowar ranar samun 'yancin kai.
The whole idea of the expo is to use it as an opportunity to project Nigeria to the rest of the world.
Nigeria set to market its economic potential to global investors in Dubai.
I trust that the bill will be favorably considered by the National Assembly.
President Buhari seeks approval of Finance Bill 2021.
The results of our investments are manifesting.
And federal government hands over completed Newe Uduma Road for Enugu and Ebonyi states. Good evening, this is NTA Network News. I'm Cyril Stober in Abuja. Hingino John Adams joins me from Lagos, and Agatha Eguareojo is in Benin. Welcome. Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, is set to showcase its enormous economic potential to prospective investors in critical sectors as it marks its National Day at the ongoing Global Exposition in Dubai on Friday. Consequently, President Muhammadu Buhari held a strategic engagement with key members of his delegation towards ensuring that the nation derives maximum benefits from the outing. State House correspondent Adam Musambu has the report.
It was a no-holds-barred interactive engagement at the crucial meeting summoned by President Muhammadu Buhari. Participants include several ministers, Nigeria's ambassador to the UAE, and heads of other relevant agencies of government. Critical questions put forward were responded to, while comments, observations, and suggestions taken on the best way forward for Nigeria at the Expo with the theme, Connecting Minds, Creating the Future.
The whole idea of the Expo is to use it as an opportunity to project Nigeria to the rest of the world. There are about 192 countries participating in this Expo. So there are people from 192 countries who are going around. As of today, Nigeria's pavilion has attracted close to 200,000 people who have visited. So there's a lot of interest in Nigeria, and we also see it as an opportunity to project tourism potentials of Nigeria to the world so that people will see the kind of things that we have in Nigeria, and it will interest them to want to come and visit.
Are we likely to see some investment agreements being signed here?
Well, there are discussions going on, and we are sure that by the end of the Expo, a lot of agreements would have been signed.
We are here to showcase what we have been doing in Nigeria, and secondly, to look for partners that we can support one another to continue to support our nations, and thirdly, to attract potential investors, because we have so many investment opportunities in Nigeria. And through this, we develop our economy, we create many jobs for our citizens, and at the same time, we promote our international image.
Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission is also determined to take advantage of the Expo to change the narrative about Nigerians abroad.
We as a commission, the mission, the consulate, see this as an opportunity to engage one another. Let's deal with the hard facts. If we are behaving badly, we need to stop it. We cannot be bringing cultism into another man's country and expect them to receive us with open arms. We don't want the bad to affect the good. And really speaking, is an opportunity to have a turning point. Now, the leadership of the Nigerian community at that level needs to come together. Let's see ourselves as Nigerians and work together and help one another. If we are behaving badly, we tell ourselves the truth. And so you need to stop this. And I know that we can achieve with better engagement with them at that level.
During the visit, President Buhari is also billed to engage the ruler of Dubai and Prime Minister of the UAE, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, as well as the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, on issues of common interest to Nigeria and the Emirates.
You know the passions of our president. He will definitely talk about security, how they can help Nigeria. He will talk about the economy, business opportunities, investment opportunities, and then he will talk about anti-corruption, because you know that this is also a haven for some unscrupulous Nigerians who have filtered something from the treasury and have come to hide it this way. So I'm sure the president will also talk about anti-corruption here.
A special trade and investment forum is also to be held during the global exposition to further unveil Nigeria's tremendous investment opportunities. From Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari has transmitted to the House of Representatives the Finance Bill 2021 for consideration and passage. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that the bill contains provisions to support the implementation of the 2022 budget.
The President's communication was read by the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, as the commencement of plenary. It contains highlights of the finance bill, in particular the coordination, administration and enforcement of tax reforms by the Federal Inland Revenue Service and other fiscal provisions.
I trust that the bill will be favorably considered by the National Assembly for passage into law so that it may provide fiscal support necessary for the implementation of the 2022 federal budget.
A bill to establish Material Standard Agency seeking to address building collapse passed second reading.
The matric cause is the use of substandard materials.
This bill is fundamentally in conflict with the provisions of Standard Organization of Nigeria.
If the buildings of Nigerians are collapsing and killing people, they are not doing their job.
The problem of building collapse in Nigeria has become so endemic.
People are pointing fingers at the level of supervision.
Also passed at second reading is the bill to establish Federal Medical Center to Bauchi State, sponsored by Muda Lawal. A bill to establish Federal College of Horticulture, Okigwe, Imo State, sponsored by Miriam Onoha, and a bill seeking the change of name of Federal Polytechnic Afikpo to Akanwi Biam Federal Polytechnic, sponsored by Chinedu Oga. Meanwhile, the House, in response to a motion from Leke Abejide, has passed a resolution to invite the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for a brief on the cost implication of direct primaries as provided in the Electoral Act Amendment Bill recently submitted to the President for assent.
People have been saying that it will go up 500 billion. But this is just mere say. Nobody has ever sat down to check the actual cost it's going to cost the nation.
House members also resolved to investigate alleged corruption on nominal roles of ministries, departments and agencies of government as raised by Dachung Bagos. In another development, House Leader Al-Hassan Adodogwa has, while hosting Nigeria Forum of Councillors, Gombe State, stressed the importance of building democracy from the grassroots to make it enduring. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NCA News.
Nigerians have been enjoined to be factual and verify information before dissemination to avoid fake news that threatens the unity of the country. This is coming from Speaker, House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila at the opening of a two-day national conference on information in Abuja. Mobolaji Muribiri has the report.
The evolution of technology has made information gathering and dissemination easier and faster across the globe. This no doubt has come with increased fake and misinformation that has threatened the society, though media literacy is the needed tool to curb this menace.
It's important that information must play a veritable, very important tool, strategic tool in national development. It is only when you have that you can actually embark on a democratic process based on factual analysis.
The importance of information management to the national development cannot be overemphasized because information literacy is very significant for such in any country.
This gathering with media experts and experienced stakeholders in the information sector across the country is to enlighten participants and members of the public on the essence of effective information management as a tool to national development.
I'm sure we are all witnesses here in this country where information is being passed, which is not verifiable, which is false, which is fake, and it has led to so many damages.
This country needs, more than any other thing else, orientation in our attitude, in our behavior, in our love for one another, in our love for nation, in our attitude toward work.
At the end of the two-day national conference, participants are expected to help change the narrative in disseminating false information to members of the public. In Abuja, Mobolaji Moribiri, NTA News.
And to speak further on the dangers of unverified information, I'm being joined now by the Honorable Olusegun Odebumi, Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Information, National Orientation, Ethics and Values. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Thank you very much.
But Honorable, with the advances in technology, getting news, information is quick, fast. But on the other hand, factual information can be distorted and faked by the same technology that enhances the dissemination of information. What's your take on that?
Yes, and that's exactly why there's need for every individual Nigerians to see Nigeria project as its personal, to make sure everybody regarded as potential journalists. Because we have a professional journalist who definitely will verify some information before disseminating information. But there are potential journalists, particularly with your Android phone, you believe at your comfort of the room, you can do anything. And this is the reason why that there's need for critical stakeholders to engage many of these youth so that they can see the reason why everybody must see it as a tool for development of our nation. A tool, because if information is not well managed, it can destroy the nation. It can destroy our own personal life. And that is why we are calling for everybody, so that everybody will see it as Nigeria as its own project and key into the
All right, information is key. So what would you say the House of Representatives, lawmakers, are doing about the incidence of unverified information, particularly in the social media, with it in mind that it's extremely difficult to regulate that aspect of it?
Yes, it looks very difficult, but that is why there's need for this critical stakeholder to engage the stakeholders, to engage the public, to engage the citizen, ever before we be thinking of the law. Because what is expected of the National Assembly is to make law for the good governance of the nation. But notwithstanding, for us to make that law, the law will be made for the people. And the people must be guided by that law. But before we embark on that one, let us engage our people. Let us engage the citizens. Let them realize why this must be done, so that they will all see it. They will even call for it at the right time.
All right, we'll leave it here at this point in time. And Honorable Olusegun Odebumi, Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Information, National Orientation, Ethics and Values. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, in other news, First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Buhari, has advocated adequate implementation of the United Nations Security Council's resolution on women, peace and security to ensure gender mainstreaming for effective service delivery. The First Lady stated this at the second annual security forum focusing on women, peace and security in Nigeria. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir reports.
The second annual Security Sector Forum on Women, Peace and Security in Nigeria, with a theme, Mainstreaming Gender in National Early Warning System and Responses to Security Challenges, has held in Abuja. The event is a paradigm shift towards enhancing women's leadership in Nigeria's security sector, with the key considerations for the development of a national action plan on women, peace and security. Taking into cognizance the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, the First Lady is optimistic that brainstorming on gender mainstreaming within the security sector will accelerate the provision of equal opportunities for all. In her capacity as the African First Lady's Peace Mission, Mrs. Buhari also made a case for accelerated action towards ensuring sustainable peace and security across the continent, bearing in mind the supportive role of the African First Ladies to the policies and programs of their spouses.
While we look forward to realizing the objective of United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325, we must work together to strengthen women's voice and participation. We must remember to involve women more in mediation and restoration of peace in conflict situations. I would like to use this platform to call on all stakeholders to match the outcome of this meeting with action needed to impact positively.
Minister of Women Affairs, Ntalive, representative of the Chief of Defense Staff and other stakeholders from within and outside the country, lent their voices towards gender mainstreaming the nation's security sector.
We commit to adopt and implement an African Union Convention on ending violence against women and girls that will serve as a legal framework to end violence against women and girls in Africa.
I urge you all to be open and discuss freely to enable us to come up with far-reaching decisions that will promote gender inclusiveness in having a better society and a more peaceful country.
As UN Women, we know this all too well, and it serves as a central part of our strategy to empower women across sectors, from civil society to women in professional bodies and also in the security sector.
The First Lady was decorated as the Super Champion of Peace by the Minister of Women Affairs, and thereafter, she presented an award to the outstanding women in the security sector. I am Aliu Kabir, NTA News.
Condemnations have continued to trail the travel restrictions placed on some African countries at the ongoing 24th General Assembly of the UNWTO over the emergence of Omicron COVID-19 variant. Leading the way in his opening address at today's session is the Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez. Anthony Forsen reports.
Since the General Assembly got underway, attention was concentrated on travel restrictions or ban handed down some African countries in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. More worrisome is the discovery of the latest variant called Omicron. Coming down heavy on nations that have shut their borders to African countries, Pedro Sanchez insists it is not the solution to the pandemic.
Global vaccination, safe mobility, and unity of international actions are three crucial steps to be able to achieve that recovery for tourism activity, but it's a crucial industry for our economies.
But confidence is fragile. Consumers are weary of restrictions that continue to change erratically. There is pent-up demand for travel, but dramatic actions taken by governments make travellers more cautious. And closing frontiers does not work. This virus does not respect borders.
With these submissions, Nigeria's Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says Africa is not being treated fairly, hence the need for vaccine liberation.
I'm glad that the Prime Minister of Spain this morning in his address reiterated the same thing, that we should put less emphasis on travel bans because this virus knows no barrier, it knows no frontier, and that the only effective solution to mitigate the impact of this pandemic on the tourism industry and to revive the industry is to ensure that everybody is vaccinated.
As well as policies that are designed to promote the creative industry, which is Nigeria's biggest selling point.
I was glad today that when I was asked to speak on how we responded to the COVID-19 pandemic, that really Nigeria, was on the right track. And as for innovation, which is another issue we discussed today, I was quite very proud to report that Nigeria has invested about $600 million in conjunction with the AFDB for innovation and technology for the creative industry.
Place and dates of the 25th session of the United Nations World Tourism Organization General Assembly is being awaited. In Madrid, Spain, Anthony Forsen, NTA News.
Time now for a short break. Stay with us.
Everybody knows the secret to good cooking is that special ingredient. The mothers know it, but does this new generation know it? Let's find out. Mothers, daughters, are you ready? Yes! Let the cooking begin.
Erisco tomato paste. Now we get home, now we get love, now we get children. We spice the world with a meal so great and so healthy. You know we've got your back. Oh, with Erisco, Nagico.
Ladies and gentlemen, food is ready.
Food of love.
Erisco Richico and Nagico tomato paste is made by Erisco Foods Limited, feeding Africans with healthy foods.
There is a saying that Christmas is what you make of it. At Bedmade Furniture, we enjoy making your Christmas comfortable and exciting with the furniture we provide you. That's why from 1st November to 18 December 2021, Bedmade offers you and your loved ones amazing luxury furniture your home loves and truly needs at up to 70% discount. You also stand a chance to win fridges, TVs, washing machines, and many more as we keep making your living better through the furniture you love.
His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Yahaya Abubakar, CFR, Etsunupe and Chairman, Niger State Council of Traditional Rulers, cordially invites the public to the turbaning of Honorable Seidu Musa Abdullahi, SMA, Deputy Chairman, House of Representatives, Committee on Finance, member representing Bida, Bako, and Kacha Federal Constituency, Niger State, as the first Gwarzon Nupe date, Saturday, 4th December 2021, time 10 a.m. Venue, Etsunupe's Palace, Wadata, Bida. The turbaning ceremony is under the chairmanship of Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, Speaker, Night Assembly, House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Special guest of honor is His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chief host, His Excellency Abubakar Sani Bello, Executive Governor, Niger State, and Chairman, North Central Governors Forum. Reception follows immediately at House 7, Resort Event Hall, GRA, Bida. Dodo Al-Mustafa, announcer.
Gender-based violence is a gross violation of women and girls' fundamental human rights.
Women and girls have been denied their basic human rights.
In Nigeria, 9% of women aged 15 to 49 have suffered sexual violence.
Providing access to gender-based violence services enables us to fulfill the SDG goal number 5.
All women and girls must have access to reproductive health services.
I called on government, religious and community leaders to adopt the culture of zero gender-based violence and harmful practices.
Southampton will look to bounce back from their thrashing at Anfield when they welcome the Seagulls to St Mary's. This Saturday, it's Southampton versus Brighton and Hove Albion on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu, empowered by Integral.
Thanks for staying with us. 3 months after the death of a former Deputy President of the Senate, Ibrahim Mantu, the College of former presiding officers of the Nigerian Senate has lost another colleague, Dr. Joseph Wires. Ignatius Nkwo tells us about the man who presided over the Second Republic Senate.
Born in 1941 in Basang, Obudu, Cross River State, South Nigeria, Joseph Wires attended the Dennis Memorial Grammar School, Onitsha, Anambra State, the Higher Tottenham Technical College, London, West Bromwich College of Commerce, Science and Technology, Birmingham, and Aston University, Birmingham, United Kingdom. Between 1960 and 1969, he worked as head of several companies in the United Kingdom and Nigeria. Senator Wires was a member of the Society of International Affairs at the Lincoln University, United States of America. Senator Wires joined the federal government of Nigeria in 1969, becoming the Commissioner for Transport, Southeastern State, from 1972 to 1974. He was a member of the Constituent Assembly between 1974 and 1978. At the termination of military rule in 1979, he was elected into the Senate on the platform of the National Party of Nigeria and was appointed President of the Senate between 1979 and 1983.
So to speak. Again, this was the first time in Nigeria. Before now, we never had any legislature to which a woman would speak like that.
As Senate President, Joseph Wires contributed to the strengthening of Nigeria's democratic institutions through his charismatic leadership of the Senate, a patriotic commitment he maintained even after retirement from active politics. He was the deputy chairman of the National Constitutional Conference Commission, which resulted in the 1994-1995 Constitutional Conference. Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
In the meantime, Cross River State Governor Professor Ben Ayade has expressed grief over the passing of the Second Republic Senate President, Dr. Joseph Wires. He described the death of the statesman as a monumental loss to Cross River State in particular and Nigeria as a whole. In a statement, the governor said Dr. Wires, as Senate President, contributed to the deepening of Nigeria's democratic ethos through his robust and vibrant leadership of the Senate. He condoled with the family, saying that the demise is a collective loss. Former Senate President Dr. Joseph Wires died in a London hospital. He was 80 years old. And the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, has described the late Joseph Wires as a firm believer in federalism who worked hard to ensure oneness and indivisibility of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In a condolence message, Boss Mustafa commiserated with the government and people of Cross River State, his immediate family, and political associates, and he prayed God to grant the soul of the departed eternal rest. Similarly, former Lagos Governor and All Progressives Congress national leader Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has described the late Senate President Dr. Joseph Wires as a statesman and vibrant politician who served his country with total commitment. In a condolence message released by his media office in Lagos, Asiwaju Tinubu, who is also a former senator, noted that as a politician, Dr. Wires was excellent, and as a patriot, he served the country brilliantly in and out of public office. Also, Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, has described the late Dr. Joseph Wires as a colossus and his death a great national loss. Senator Ngige, in a statement, said Dr. Wires was one of the young titans who molded the building blocks for the presidential democracy which Nigeria adopted in 1979. He recalled how Dr. Wires' conduct as Senate President when he was serving as a youth corps member at the National Assembly inspired him to vie for the Senate. The minister prayed God Almighty to grant him eternal rest and comfort the family he left behind. In the quest to promote standards, values and professionalism in broadcasting, the Society of Nigerian Broadcasters has been inaugurated at Africa's largest television network, the NTA. Elizabeth Omori reports that the Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, inaugurated members of the NTA community.
The demand for modern techniques and the idea to bring up professionals in tune with global realities in the broadcast industry are the reasons for the revival of the Society of Nigerian Broadcasters. The body has high hopes to deliver and make conventional television more relevant in achieving the yearnings and aspirations of the people.
Part of what SMB is going to achieve is to bridge the gap between the old and the new in terms of mentoring.
This organization is a professional body within the ambit of broadcasting industries nationwide.
Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, who inaugurated members of the society, noted that the advocacy body will provide an opportunity for Nigerian broadcasters to compete favorably across the globe.
It will help broadcast practitioners to maintain professional conduct that will enhance quality program delivery. I want to call on prospective members from within the NTA and indeed from all broadcast stations in the country, not only to obtain the application form, but to participate actively and provide a solid foundation for it across Nigeria.
The Society of Nigerian Broadcasters started in 1962. The good news is that the bill that provides a legislative framework for the Society of Nigerian Broadcasters has scaled second reading in the House of Representatives. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NT News.
In order to expand economic activities across the country, the federal government has continued to provide road infrastructure in different parts. One of such roads inaugurated and handed over by the federal government is the 40-kilometer Nemwe-Uduma road that crisscrosses Enugu and Ebonyi states. James Okparakocha reports.
Before now, traveling from Nemwe Junction along the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway to Oduma was a difficult journey for indigenes of the agrarian communities in an area local government area of Enugu State. But all that is now in the past with the official inauguration and handover of the road. President Muhammadu Buhari, represented by the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Obunaya Ono, said the federal government has continued to open up roads in different parts of the country in order to alleviate the sufferings of commuters, especially those in rural communities.
Our determination to improve the ease of doing business, create jobs and prosperity to lift people out of poverty brings us here today because the results of our investments are manifesting.
Minister of Works and Housing, represented by Bola Aganaba, said the 40-kilometer Nemwe-Oduma section 1 and 2 is made up of 26 kilometers from the Enugu axis and 16 kilometers to Amago in Ishiago, which terminates at Mile 2 roundabout in Ebonyi State.
This is the third of many more project completion and handovers our country will experience in the next few weeks and months.
Representative of the Enugu State Governor and Commissioner for Works, Greg Ntalive, commended the federal government for the full completion of the project and assured the president that the road will be well maintained. The people of the various communities could not hide their joy as they trooped out in mass to appreciate the federal government's gesture. One of the traditional rulers explains what the road means to them.
If it was in the past, before you travel from here to Nemwe, you have to travel to Nemwe with 2 pairs of cloth. And if it is in a rainy season, you can never dare enter this road.
Here in Oduma, in Enugu State, I am James Oparikocha, NTA News.
The National Conference of Vehicle Inspection Officers is calling for more legal backing to the operations of the agency to ensure greater safety of lives and property on Nigerian roads. And this is part of the communique at the end of its annual conference on enforcement of traffic laws across the country held in Abuja. Abubakar Usman Akwanga reports.
The rise of the statistics of auto crash on Nigerian roads is one of the major challenges, bringing critical stakeholders on road traffic management under one roof to find lasting solutions to the issues.
All states will commence certification of riders and issuance of rider certificate cards with immediate effect to stem the rise of insecurity and safety issues associated with motorcycle and tricycle operations in the country.
This time, the Conference of Vehicle Inspection Officers is concerned about strengthening existing legal frameworks to effectively carry out its statutory mandate, leveraging on digital infrastructure.
And the National Board for Technical Education, NBTA, is scaling up efforts to strengthen indigenous skills among Nigerians for job creation and also drive the Nigerian economy on the path of prosperity. This is the focus of partnership between the board and GIZ development partners. Musa Suleja reports.
Globally, skills have become the new currency of employment for the 21st century economies. However, as Africa's largest economy is witnessing massive infrastructure projects in recent times, Nigeria still imports most of the labor force to execute the project. This is what the National Board for Technical Education is set to reverse. Chairman, National Economic Council Vice President Yemi Oshubanjo, was represented by the Minister of State Education.
The Nigerian economy revolves around the essence of its development. The AKK pipeline project would need people to even weld the pipes. The Mambila power station, our takeaway as government, would be what you ask us to do to enable you give effect to the things that we identify that we must do.
We would like a legislation to entrench the NSQF so that every industry will now buy into it by law. And all skills qualifications should be collapsed. And then the sector skill councils should be empowered financially to develop the relevant NOS. The trade tests should all be delisted. But I'm recommending anybody who comes to trade test, he should be given RPL under NSQ. If truly he acquired it, he will get certification.
Was when people are able to come out with innovations and they have the requisite training for them to display their various skills, it will be a better world where we live in.
It is expected that the consultation will create the needed awareness and skills training and the involvement of industry players in developing, delivery, and quality assurance of the skills for economic diversification. Musa Suleja, NTA News.
And the Bank of Industry has inaugurated a new office in Ado-Ekiti as part of efforts to fulfill the mandate of the bank to impact businesses. Ekiti State Governor Dr. Kayode Fayemi, with the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Niyi Adebayo, said they are optimistic that the presence of the financial institution will complement federal government's efforts to improve economic activities. Kola Adebabuyi reports.
The establishment of Ado-Ekiti area office is another confirmation of the bank's determination to expand its operations in providing financial assistance for large, medium and small-scale businesses. The Managing Director, Bank of Industry, Mr. Olukayode Piton, who spoke through the Executive Director, Corporate Services, Mr. Jonathan Tobim, noted that aside offering unequaled financial solutions with ease to large, medium and small enterprises, the bank is also committed to supporting projects with potential developmental impact that create jobs and alleviate poverty, thereby touching lives positively in the state.
That with the opening of this office, Ekiti State small and medium enterprises, businessmen and women will make good use of this opportunity to jumpstart, not only to jumpstart, to expand and increase their business frontiers.
The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumba Niyi Adebayo, observed that the federal government, through the Bank of Industry, will help in revitalizing tourism and entertainment sectors of the state, aside providing access to funds for small, medium, and large enterprises.
The economy of Ekiti State is largely driven by the value chain of the agricultural sector. The opening of this new office will positively impact the economy of our state.
Governor Kayode Fayemi noted that his administration's commitment is to make the state a destination for investment through creation of enabling environment for businesses to thrive.
And the Bank of Industry has carved a niche for itself to support young businesses, thriving businesses, in order to continue to improve on what they provide.
Stakeholders at the event expressed delight that the presence of the Bank of Industry will positively impact the economy of the state. In Ado-Ekiti, Kola Adebabuyi, NT News.
We go over to Lagos now, link up with Hingino for more reports. Hingino.
Thank you, Cyril. State cabinet offices must adopt a robust performance delivery framework to ensure transparency and performance in government with a view to delivering good governance to the citizenry. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, stated this at the maiden edition of Southwest Secretaries to the State Governments Forum in Lagos. Musa Toliat completes the report.
The focus of the Southwest Forum of Secretaries to the state governments is to appraise peculiarities of different states and share ideas in terms of developmental policy formulation by respective cabinet offices, which can be adopted for the benefit of states in the Southwest region of the country.
When you have a unit that is coordinating that, on-time information will be made available, There will be openness because people will be able to access the information that are being offloaded on the system. And if there are bottlenecks, the remedies can be provided timely, effectively, and efficiently.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who was represented, challenged the gathering to place premium on youth development programs to curb restiveness and insecurity in the region.
Lagos is irrevocably committed to the ongoing efforts and process of integration in the Southwest region. Given the immense benefits of our people, people stands to gain in terms of greater opportunity for growth and realization of our potentials.
Whatever we're doing, we begin to corporately raise the platform of standard of the performance of the Cabinet Office.
We have a very strong relationship, but also there's some great things and great best practice happening across the Southwest already, and in some ways we can learn from you as well.
The one-day forum of Southwest secretaries to the state governments has the theme leveraging good practices in managing Cabinet Affairs Office. In Lagos, Musa Toliad, NTA News.
The Customs Strike Force Team Zone A has intercepted 61 containers of unprocessed woods worth 6.7 billion naira while being prepared for export. Showcasing the seizure and others in Lagos, the zonal coordinator of the team, Amadou Shaibu, warned foreign collaborators of smugglers to desist, as the service will not hesitate to deal decisively with offenders. Michael Olale has the report.
61 containers of unprocessed woods of different sizes ready for exports. It is a huge volume that casts doubt on the possibility of more trees still available in the forests. This seizure is imperative for sustainable forest management due to rising concern on desert encroachment and ecological challenges which threaten man's existence. Unprocessed woods are not the only plant-related items on the export prohibition list, but also its derivatives, in which charcoal falls under. 35 containers of charcoal with duty-paid value in excess of 380 million naira were intercepted at the point of exports.
It leads to environmental degradation. And what are we complaining about? The depletion of the ozone layer. This smoke is not good for human consumption.
The customs deployment of intelligence and surveillance mechanisms was apt in the seizure of this container with 1,100 pieces of donkey skins harvested somewhere in the north.
Now they will load livestock, cows and co on top, and chicken, so that officers may not assume that anything criminal is there.
For the months of October and November, the Customs Strike Force team did not just raise demand notices in the region of 7.8 billion naira, but 7 suspects were arrested and undergoing prosecution. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NT News.
It's time for another break. The news will be back shortly.
The legislative agenda of the 9th National Assembly in support of President Muhammadu Buhari's determination to reposition the economy for sustainable growth and development. The House of Representatives Committee on National Planning and Economic Development, in collaboration with CAB Consultancy Management Services Limited, is organizing a 2-day national workshop for stakeholders in the budget, finance, accounts, revenue generation services, planning and economic development sectors of the Nigerian economy. The workshop is intended to deepen the knowledge of participants drawn from the federal, states and local government areas on the strategic importance of budgeting as instrument for national planning and cost controls in national governance. The resource persons are Professor Mike Kwanashi, Professor Salamatu Idris Isa, Professor Mubarak Saani, and Mr. Benjamin Akabwez. Date, Monday 6th to Tuesday 7th December 2021. Venue, Merit House, 22 Agwiwensi Street, Maitama, Abuja. Time, 9 a.m. daily. For inquiries, call 0806-771-3483 or 0802-377-7788. Announcer Suleiman Fatai, Deputy Director Legislative for Chairman of the Committee.
The Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 quarterly invites heads of federal government ministries, departments and agencies, state commissioners, heads of development agencies, heads of diplomatic missions, stakeholders from the private sector, members of the academia, civil society organizations, and other stakeholders in the fight against COVID-19 to the 2021 National Summit on COVID-19 with the theme, Pushing Through the Last Mile to End the Pandemic. Chief host, Mr. Boss Mustafa, Secretary to the Government of the Federation and the Chairman, Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Date, 6th to 7th December 2021. Venue, Muhammadu Buhari Conference Center at the National Intelligence Agency Complex at Sokoro, Abuja. Time, 9 a.m. daily. Announcer, Dr. Mukhtar Mohammed, Technical Head, Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19.
The Vice-Chancellor, Bayero University Kano, Professor Sagir Adamu Abbas, invites the general public to a public lecture to mark the 21st anniversary of Mumbai House, Amini Kano Center for Democratic Studies, Bayero University Kano. Topic, Democracy, Good Governance, and the Question of National Integration. To be delivered by His Excellency, Dr. John Kayode Fayemi, Governor of Ekiti State, and Chairman, Nigeria Governors Forum. Chairman of the occasion, His Excellency, Muhammad Badar Abubakar, Governor of Jigawa State. Special guest of honor, His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Ike Ekwere Madu, Chairman, Senate Committee on Environment. Date, Saturday, December 4th, 2021. Venue, Saad Zungur Auditorium Complex, Mambaya House, Gommaja, Kano. Time, 10 a.m. Announcer, Professor Ismail Muhammad Zango, Director, Mumbai House.
Whoa, how hot is she? Very hot. Pick me, just pick me, baby. Come pick me, girl. Man, I'm all ready for you.
So tasty.
He's so
me. Taste the fun.
There's a saying that Christmas is what you make of it. At Bedmates Furniture, we enjoy making your Christmas comfortable and exciting with the furniture we provide you. That's why from 1st November to 18 December 2021, Bedmates offers you and your loved ones amazing luxury furniture your home loves and truly needs at up to 70% discount. You also stand a chance to win fridges, TVs, washing machines, and many more as we keep making your living better through the furniture you love.
How to make a perfect bowl of love? A perfect blend of taste that brings every ingredient to life. The fusion of different spices. The unique aroma that rejuvenates your senses. The heart-warming deliciousness. And the satisfaction that comes from every bite, which makes you say, I love my Indomie.
Southampton will look to bounce back from their thrashing at Anfield when they welcome the Seagulls to St Mary's this Saturday. It's Southampton versus Brighton and Hove Albion on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu, empowered by Integral.
And we're back in Abuja to talk business with Benny Adams. Benny?
Thank you, Cyril, and welcome to Business. We start by telling you that the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, and its oil-producing allies decided on Thursday to stick to a previously agreed-upon plan of hiking production by 400,000 barrels per day in January. The meeting, which held via video conference between the alliance known as OPEC Plus, was anticipated amid the emergence of the new Omicron variant, which could dent demand. However, the alliance said in a statement that the meeting remains in session, meaning they can make immediate adjustments should the current market conditions shift. Other issues on the table included a U.S.-led release of strategic reserves from crude importing nations and Iran's possibly re-entry into oil markets. International benchmark Brent crude futures advanced 1.1% to $69.95 per barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate futures stood at $66.43 per barrel for a gain of 1.3%. And on the capital market, investors lost 112.28 billion naira as all share index dipped by 0.51% to close the transaction at 42,247.98 basis points and market capitalization at 22.04 trillion naira. 324 million shares valued at 5.2 billion naira exchanged hands in 4,706 deals. Market breadth closed a negative as NEM led 16 gainers as against 31 losers, topped by BOC Gas. FBNH, Guarantee and Access were the most active to boost market turnover, just as FBNH and Seplat topped market valueless. That is business news, but network news continues with Agatha in Benin.
Thank you for joining us in Benin. The National Gallery of Arts has deepened its commitment in promoting the distinctive arts and culture of Nigerian people. The focus this time is on wood carving, bronze casting, and metal smithing, as well as the guild systems in Benin Kingdom. Udwakobong Achibong reports that the workshop is also National Gallery of Arts move to complement the efforts of the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture to reposition the culture industry and make it a veritable contributor to Nigeria's GDP.
The National Gallery of Arts, as a promoter of arts, has over the years celebrated ingenuity and dexterity of Benin artistry. The workshop, as explained by the Director General of the National Gallery of Arts, Ibitin Ivara, seeks to reawaken consciousness of young Nigerians on need to involve more in casting and carving traditions.
So we keep reminding them and make them to see the essence of this, so that we don't allow the tradition to die away.
Representatives of the Ministry of Information and Culture and others from ministries and agencies were unanimous in their messages that the workshop is apt, especially with global attention on Nigeria's works of art being returned after being garnered away in the 19th century. The Esogban of Benin, Chief David Adebiyi, who spoke on guild systems in Benin Kingdom, sued for joint effort to enliven mentorship and apprenticeship.
Anything that happens in Benin in the past that you do not know about, this guild can bring it out from the archives and you will see it.
From what we've seen here today, we believe it will serve as a motivational factor that will encourage the younger ones.
Expectations are high that the event, among other things, will generate and add to conversations regarding Benin arts. In Benin, Udwakobong Achibong, NTA News.
Pass the message on the danger of COVID-19 and the need for vaccination to your colleagues, family members, and communities. This message is coming from the Commandant General, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, during COVID-19 response trained the trainers and community sensitization in the South and Southeast zones held in Asaba, the Delta State capital. Rosemary Omani reports.
In trying to bridge gap, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NNCDC, is living up to its mandate of rendering assistance in times of crisis. This time, the Corps is joining the federal and state governments to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, especially this area of Omicron variants already detected in Nigeria. Commandant General Ahmed Abubakar Audi, represented by the Deputy Commandant General Nnamdi Nwuniyi, advised people to shun discouraging others from taking COVID-19 jab.
We are one of the frontline agencies in crisis management. It's part of our core mandate.
Chief Executive Officer and Executive Director, National Primary Healthcare Agency, Dr. Fasal Shawibo, was represented. Preceding the training will be a public sensitization where the trained officers will visit strategic places like the markets and villages, advising people on COVID-19 prevention, rolling out the vaccination and decontaminating sites. In Asaba, I am Rosemary Omani, NTA News.
That's our package. Cyril will be back for the rest of Network News right after this break. Stay with us.
Me and you, let's get to Ghana. Hey! Go and jollof.
This is Ghana. You've come here to seek for greener pastures. Make it your worthwhile.
Any guinea fowl is Guinea. Guinea fowl has nothing to do with Guinea. It's just the name of the fowl. So Ghana jollof, what is it? Is it Nigerian beans?
What?
Have we made before?
No.
Jasper!